old glow racers, filled with potential, yet ended up becoming just another random expanded universe line clogging up the pegs at Target stores. Which is a shame because, this line had promise when it was announced. They did like your classic ones. They did McQueen, they did Cruz, they did Mato, and then they did Will Rush for some reason in the 4-pack, which kind of an odd character. I thought they would have done Storm, but we were like, okay, next wave will come out relatively quickly. Yeah, the next wave, which included, I believe, Chase Wacelot, Fillmore, Ryan Inside Laney, and Dan Garcia, that didn't hit until like early 2024, I think, which is kind of crazy. So before that, you were just getting like a bunch of pegs with like McQueen, Cruz, and Mato. And Cruz is actually the most peg warming of them all because like she looks so similar to the original design and just wasn't wedded to a lot of people, even though I think she's the best glow racer, but no one's waiting for that conversation yet. And then in another wave, they finally did Jackson Storm as a diecast because previously we only had like him as a plastic version and a playset and 2 playsets actually, and Ramone. So that was cool. And then for the 5th and final wave, before they rebranded the packaging, they did Wingo. And I think Wingo is one of the best glow racers that has come out because it's a tuner. Where can you go wrong with that? Okay, well, he does have the flame, but I mean, we're gonna discount that. But yeah, I mean, I think they had planned to do more. They were gonna do Sally, Ray Wevenham, Flip Dover. I think someone else was planned, but those are likely not getting released. With the new Race and Rescue line, well, sideline, coming in to places pretty much, which is a shame because I would much rather have glow racers than like a regurgitated Race and Rescue with like slightly tweaked decals. Ooh. But that's a rant for another day. But hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Glow Racers Ramone. Again, a little bit of an older release, but I just have not been able to find the rest of the races Celebrate cars, hence why I haven't been able to review them. But I mean, Ramone here was pretty cool. I think actually Ramone is like one of my most wanted cars from this line, so happy I finally have him. I just need Mato, and that'll be pretty much it. So let's take a look at the packaging. So as you can see, we have the nice card art of McQueen. Rusty's paint job zooming on. Does say glow in the dark, glow racers. Now I actually do believe this is the new packaging because before they had like a slightly different packaging where it would just like glow in the dark here, rather than just really getting into like a circle. I don't know. I'll post a little picture on the screen to show what the old packaging looked like. But yeah, pretty much everybody that was released like in 2024, they got re-released on this slightly new packaging. So Ramone, he's in this nice blue paint job that we haven't really seen him in a lot. If a couple of them, the movies, but nothing like this. And of course, we have glow racers, we have the other ones as well. We have Mato, Wingo, McQueen, Storm, and Fillmore. I have all these guys. Mato, funny thing is, okay, so first up, before I talk about Mato, you might be asking, where did I get this guy? Well, I got this guy at a toy show. And the best part is, he was only $4. The sticker was ripped off, but he was actually $4, and that was way cheaper than what these would only go for in Target. I think they're like $6 at Target, which I think is ludicrous, honestly, if you ask me. Like, I get it, the glow feature, but I mean, I don't think the glow feature is enough to bump up the price to $2. But yeah, these costs are the same as like a normal car before 2024-5. So that's really nice. Mato was also in that toy show, but he was like $6. I was like, no, I'm not getting him. Maybe I'll bite the bullet and just get him sometime later before all the glow races gets phased out, but I don't know. Not that good for him. But yeah, I have all these other ones, thankfully, and they all glow pretty well. I love Fillmore, Wingo, Storm. I think those are my favorites. Ramone too. McQueen's alright, actually. I kind of wish the red and yellow glowed together, but whatever. It's not really a big deal. But yeah, that about does it for the packaging, and I'll be right back with Ramone all opened up. Alright, so here's Ramone out of the package, and I gotta say, he's looking really great in this blue, and I can't wait to see how well he glows in the dark. But before we do that, let's show a quick picture of where he appeared in the Glow Racers book, because believe it or not, Glow Racers was one of the EU lines that actually did get a book alongside Race and Rescue, so that's pretty cool. And I think it was just him, Fillmore, and Mater that were part of Team McQueen for this Glow Racer race, so interesting that they didn't do like Sarge or Luigi Guido or even like a Flo. I think a Flo would have looked amazing, honestly. Because when I think of Ramone, I also think of Flo. Because you can't have one without the other, I feel so. That's why I was a little bummed out with the lack of their inclusion in Race and Rescue. But thankfully, they are in the newest lane race to celebrate. So hopefully I can get that soon. But yeah, this Ramone is looking fantastic. And a Flo, I think, would have accompanied him amazingly. But let's not mourn what we lost and focus on what we do have. So first off, he does have a very nice expression, all calm, collected, like, yeah, man, I can paint you up real good in 5 seconds if you let me. I think Ramone, in addition to having the best variants, always has some of the better expressions of any diecast. Like, I've rarely seen a Ramone that has like a bad expression. Mostly all of them are good, but yeah, this is really, really nice one. His eyes being lowered and his left eyebrow being raised up. I think that's really characteristic of him. Of course, on the front here, we have his nice pinstriping with the tips of it being yellow going to like a dark purple with some orange stripes accompanying it. These lines here, which normally are silver on like other Ramone releases, like this is a Vietnam Ramone, and you can see these are silver, but on this one they're gray, which is kind of unfortunate. I really wish they were like, yeah, I really wish they were like silver, because yeah, even like the outline is like gray, which is strange, because I feel like, yeah, they normally either do it in silver, like here on this, again, on Purple Ramone, he does have the silver. I have Intro Ramone here from Cards 3. Yeah, he also has the silver. And I think some of the Italian Ramones in my collection do have the silver parts, this body being silver. So I'm a little disappointed that they cheaped out a little bit for this glow Ramone in terms of the silver detailing, but yeah, it's fine. I guess Thailand is kind of like that. I think if China were producing these like now, they would try to put the silver on him. I think that's what would have happened, but fortunately, this was in the period of Thailand where they would not do that. We do have a small 95 going across his flames here, which is pretty good. Almost feels like harkening back to his original purple Ramone design. Yeah, pretty much. They're very similar, although this one has a little bit more of a darker orange compared to the regular version. And the front here isn't as like yellow. There's some orange mixed into, so. And obviously the lack of the 95 detail, so it's similar, but yet it's also slightly different to his purple design, which I do like quite a bit. We do have his nice blue wheels with an orange up cabinet, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. He does have this little thing going across. That's actually nicely detailed, not grainy. Oh, I didn't even realize this. He has like a ghost pinstriping, which looks awesome. Of course, it fins here, which again aren't silver, but at least they look a little better. They look as grainy. I forgot to mention that he does have the quote-unquote silver outlining, but it's really just gray. Yeah, not a fan of the cheapening out of the silver on this Ramone. Yeah, even the window is a ugly, grainy gray compared to this nicely detailed silver. Yeah, see, even this one has silver. I mean, granted, it's not visible, but they still put it on there. I don't know why they didn't do it on this one. Because he does have the pinstriping details on the back. Pretty much the same as the purple version, just without just being an orange rather than blue. He does have the Radiator Springs pop-up ad, which is a really nice detail that they've started to add recently. He does have his iconic license plate, if we could focus, low and slow. Yep, you do have that license plate. The headlights are nicely detailed in silver. Same thing with this part of the body. This side is pretty much the same, but now he has the addition of the paint gun, which, I mean, yeah, I don't know why he has it. I mean, I get it, he's a pit crew, so I guess it wouldn't have made sense to just release it normally, but I don't know, man. It does kind of cover up the 95 on the side here. We can't really see it as nicely. I mean, granted, we can see it on this side at least, so, but I would have preferred if they just left it off entirely, but whatever. Here is the base. U14 Ace, the 14th week of 2024, I think, for the A Factory. I believe that's what it says. I have not read Thailand dates after a while, but he is a Chevrolet and a Mattel, Hello, Disney Pixar made in Thailand. So yeah, that about does it for Ramone here. A very, very nice release. And honestly, probably one of the better glow aces. Oh, I just sometimes way too far. Yeah, but yeah, he's probably one of the better glow aces of the line. But yeah, I really like his design, honestly. He really likes to purple Ramone. I feel like if Ramone gets placed, put into these EU lines, he always cook with his designs. Like again, there's not been like a bad expanded universe Ramone design. Like, you know, even the Race and Rescue Ramone, which you didn't get as a diecast, that looks good. Race to Celebrate Ramone, amazing. The 20th anniversary Ramone, that looks great. Like, so I'm happy that Mattel is continuing to treat Ramone fans with love and care with all these variants. And here is Intro Ramone, who is my only other blue Ramone in the collection. So you can compare the shades of blue. They are different. This one is a little lighter. This is way more of a concentrated blue. Kind of similar expression in the eyes, though this one has like painted mouth, this one doesn't. His mouth is closed, but very cool. I feel like Intro Ramone is like really, really underrated as a diecast. He's been released as a color junior quite a bit, but you know the diecast hasn't seen the light of day since 2017.